So, oh my God, TJ. First of all, you look just like your dad. So
Do
I
I?
hope I don't call you Tito.
You know what?
I know.
Tito's my real name.
Yeah, I know it is.
So
I
you
know
can
it
call me
is.
Tito.
But I don't want to call you Tito.
I'm a
Because you
Tito.
go by Tito Jackson. TJ. See, I just did it. You go by TJ
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Okay.
But I used to go by Tito.
Tito. Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I got to an age where I started getting phone calls at home,
Oh yeah.
and it'd be a phone call from my father, and I'd pick up at 7 years old, and my dad would be like, "Get off my business call." So,
Oh, that is so
I changed
cute.
it to TJ.
Oh my goodness. First of all, let me just welcome you to Chicago and the Bioncé Foxx experience. You are music royalty. Like, I bow down.
Oh.
Anybody with the last name Jackson that has a mic in their hand.
Oh wow.
Royalty, man.
Well, thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Do you come to Chicago much?
No, I don't
No?
come enough.
I didn't think so.
No, I don't come
You
enough.
stay on that West Coast a lot, don't
I
you?
do. I guess it's the cold. But you know what? I'm enjoying it. You know,
Mhm.
I got in last night. I've just been walking around
Oh,
in
yeah.
between my appointments, just
Okay.
trying to take it in, you know?
Oh, cool.
'Cause my brothers and I, we were here a lot when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, studio to studio
Yeah.
to radio station to station. But this time I made a promise to myself, wherever I go, I'm going to soak it in and enjoy life.
Good stuff. If you
So-
need some, suggestions,
You got 'em?
recommendations, man, I got
All
whatever
right.
you need. Shopping, especially right here on North Michigan Avenue. I got you. I got you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, but we know and remember you from the group 3T
Mhm.
with your brothers. But now you're branching out on your
Yeah.
own, doing big things. What's
Yeah.
it feel like to be doing that whole solo piece?
It feels different.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it is liberating.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of the group,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's three of us. But when you're the youngest, it might as well be five of us.
Yeah.
I didn't get much say.
Mm-hmm.
They'll disagree, but now it's my turn, and it's my time to show what I am and who I am as an artist.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's been a long time in the making. I've been doing music for a long time,
Mhm.
independent stuff and stuff on my own, but I never released it until this year.
Well, 3T though. Back to 3T real
Mhm.
quick. You guys were no joke back in those 90s, man.
Yeah,
You
well,
guys did your thing, 90s, 2000s-ish. Like, you did your things over here,
Yeah.
selling, millions of records.
Yeah.
And then you guys were like really hot in the UK. You
Yeah.
were right behind the Spice Girls, man.
We were.
That's huge.
We were doing really good things, and our first album, Brotherhood,
Mm-hmm.
with Anything and Why and I Need You, those songs just took off there, and the fans throughout Europe really embraced us.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing, magical time for us. We were just brothers living out the dream, just trying to be like our father and uncles, and
Mm-hmm.
trying to carry the Jackson name into
Yeah.
a new generation. And it was, like I said, it was an amazing, magical time that my brothers and I will always cherish.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
So, a couple months ago, you released Insomnia.
Yes.
And I saw some publicity pictures for that. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
okay, TJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now the new one, I Don't Deserve This.
Mhm.
What is it that you don't deserve?
Okay, so this song isn't about me, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that I know and people that I see that are, in my opinion, being done wrong and being
Ooh.
done dirty.
Ooh.
And this is kind of a wake up call, and it's just a song to make sure people are getting the best what they deserve.
Okay.
Life is short,
Okay.
so if you're not being respected, especially from your significant other, you got to speak up,
Okay.
and that's what the song's about.
Did you write and produce it?
I wrote it.
Okay.
I didn't produce it.
Okay.
But all my songs will be a stamp of me. But I did not produce it.
Okay. Because you have written and produced for
Oh, yeah.
T.T. Janet.
Yeah, yeah.
And also Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
So you're no joke when it comes to writing and producing.
Well, we've always been writing,
Mhm.
and we produced our own stuff as 3T. I just wanted to do something different.
Okay.
I wanted, I think it's important to be able to let go
Mhm.
and to put your, some creativity in others' hands that you respect.
Mhm.
And I found a guy in Nashville, a producer who's a Swedish producer who I think very highly of.
Wow.
And so, I told him to take the reins, and I still have a lot of input, but I wanted that other person to steer the ship
Mhm.
and let me just be the artist and the writer, and so far I'm happy.
That's good stuff,
I'm
man.
real happy.
That's good stuff. Like I mentioned before, we all know you've come from a very musical family,
Mm-hmm.
legacy, one of the most recognizable families in music history
Mm.
ever.
Mm.
How do you describe your sound and what's your path?
You know, it took me a while to get to here because I was so busy trying to forge my own identity.
Okay.
I was trying to be myself. I go in the studio and record something. I was like, and then I'd be like, that sounds so much like a 3T song, or that sounds like my uncle, or people would say that. And, you know, so I was trying to find something new. And then as time went on, I was like, forget that. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to be 100% authentic to myself. And whatever it is, it is. So many people say it's a Jackson-sounding record, and I sound like a Jackson. But that's who I am, you know? And I'm embracing it and just putting my spin on what a Jackson, I guess, is supposed to sound like.
Yeah, man. Be proud of that.
I am proud.
I wish my last name was Jackson.
I am proud of it. I am definitely proud of it.
Yeah. What can we expect to hear with your new album, and when is it coming out?
So the album, the EP is going to come out in the beginning of 2020.
Okay.
But I also have an album that's going to come out towards the end of 2020.
Oh, so two in 1 year?
I'm
EP,
going for it.
And then a full album.
Yeah, I've waited long enough, so it's time. But
That's a lot of work.
I have it all pretty much done.
Okay.
Like I said, I've been working on this for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I'm just making sure it's all done right.
Okay.
I got to go to Europe and to Asia. They all, you know, I got to go give them love.
Yes.
So I got to just make sure I plan everything right. But it's going to be an amazing 2020 for me, and just to experience everything. You know, traveling and really seeing fans and sharing my music. I'm incredibly excited and honored.
Are some of the songs from the EP going to transfer over to the album?
No.
Or two different projects?
Two different projects.
Whoa,
Yeah.
bruh, you're about to be super busy.
Well, that's the only way to be, right? If you're going to go in,
True,
right?
true. Now, in addition to your music, I'm so excited to hear about this. You are heating up the small screen, too, and you're adding the word actor to your resume. You are in a movie called The Influence with Deborah Cox and Anthony Hamilton and what's his name? He was in
I'm bad with names, so don't
Columbus
ask me.
Short.
There you go.
Yes. Now, how'd you land this role, man? What are you
So
doing in the movie?
my team got it. I'm a newscaster, breaking news.
What?
It came quick, and you know it's not a heavy role. So I've always wanted to act. I've always worked on it. I've always took acting lessons.
Wow.
I always thought I'd do it later in life, but the opportunity was there, so I took it, and I had such a good time. It was my very first time acting, and it's something that I'll definitely do in the future. Just being able to play a role and help put people in suspense and take them to other places is fulfilling for me.
What kind of movie is it? Is it a drama?
I don't know how much you can tell. It's definitely a drama.
Okay.
I think it's like a suspenseful type of
Ooh,
drama.
like a thriller, or
not like violent, but I'll say it's a drama. It's more of a drama.
okay.
But there's some suspense to it too.
Okay, and when is that in theaters?
I think it's coming. It's BET.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's gonna
Cool.
be at the top of 2020. That's I believe that's
so
what it
pretty
is.
soon.
Pretty soon.
So, oh my goodness, movie,
Yeah.
EP,
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah. And
You're
an album.
doing it all, man.
2020 is gonna be busy for me.
You are doing it all. What is your ultimate goal? Is it to continue with the acting, or continue with the music, or do a little combination of both?
I think a combination of both, but you know, music is in my blood.
Yeah.
So that's priority. That's where it's at for me. You know, I took a little bit of a break, and I got a lot to say, and a lot of music in my head that I want to get out, and a lot of music, you know, on my emails and on my Bluetooths, and so I just want to do good music and make my family proud and make those who support me, you know, give them a little soundtrack for life.
Yeah. What's gonna be the theme of your album?
Well, the EP's called Obsession.
Okay.
And but the album, I'm leaning on the title. I'm revealing it here for the first time.
Really? So
Yeah.
Beyonce Foxx gets the scoop from a Jackson.
That's
Oh my
it.
gosh, my life has been made. Okay.
But I'm leaning on calling it Pressure. So it's a song that I wrote, and it's that's what I'm leaning on doing. So the album will most likely be called Pressure and due towards the end of 2020.
Yes. So you're gonna have some ballads, some moderate tempo, some mid tempo, like
A little of everything,
dance
but
music.
the album's going to be a little bit more up tempo.
Okay.
You know, these first two songs have been more on the ballad mid tempo side.
Yeah.
The EP is going to have another ballad or so. So the album's gonna groove a bit.
Okay. Are you gonna have any collaborations with anybody?
That's another decision I'm making. I wanted my first round to be, me, so I could set my tone.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna have a couple. I'm working on some names right now. I can't reveal that yet.
Oh, okay.
But I'm working on some names.
I'll take one reveal. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Well, of course, the holidays are around the corner, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, what is one of your favorite or a memory that stands out from your Uncle Michael?
There's so many. I just went to the Money Museum down the street, and they have a suitcase with hundreds of dollars of bill. You can't take it, but it's just a powerful showcase of money. And it brought me right back to my uncle because he used to travel with those. And the reason why it just brought me to him. So I think about him all the time. You're right. Yeah. But when I was young, we used to play games. He and my Aunt Latoya, they would hide $100 bills. And they would be crisp. And I would be like 5 years old, mesmerized about how many toys I can get with one of those things. And, he'd hide them, and he'd hide about 5 or 6. And my brothers and I would, in a room, and we'd have to go find them. And my brothers they're older than me, so they'd always find them. And my Aunt Latoya would always help me out. So, and he would as well, but they would help me out as I was a youngster. So that's one of them. Another great memory is just during the Thriller heydays when my Uncle Michael would pull into Havenhurst and pull over and do the whole Thriller bit where, I'm not like other guys. And, at first it was scary because that was our uncle and we saw him turn into a werewolf.
Right.
But after like the third and fourth time, we were throwing things at him saying, let's go. And, it's not scaring us anymore. But I have countless.
I'm sure you do.
He was just an amazing spirit and amazing joy, and I miss him terribly.
Yeah, as we all do. And as I sit here and talk to you, you sound just like him. You got that Jackson cadence. Yes.
Well, that's my family.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time with my uncle, and I'm grateful for every minute I did. He taught me everything, not everything, but he taught me so much in life, and I'll always cherish him. Yeah,
the legacy lives on. The best entertainer on planet Earth, hands down. Hands down. And when I hear his music, it takes me back to a place in my childhood, and my siblings and I, we used to pretend that we were the Jackson 5. And guess who was Michael?
Was it
Guess who was Michael?
Beyonce,
yes, man. I put on the Apple hat. Boy, I used to kill it. Couldn't do it like Mike, though, but I used to kill it, TJ.
What was your go-to song?
Dancing, dancing, dancing. Do. She's a dance machine. And I would go down in the split doing the robot.
You were serious then.
Man, please. Y'all couldn't come for me back then. I was Michael Jackson.
I hear that.
And then as I got a little older, I became your aunt, Janet.
Uh-oh.
I can still do the Pleasure Principle videos. Give me a chair. Man, I got it. I'm telling you, Jackson
I thought you were
fan.
going to talk about I Get So Lonely.
Oh, no. Pleasure Principle. I had my black t-shirt, my band. Boy, I used to kill it.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, back to you.
I love it.
What are your goals for 2020 other than the EP, the album, the movie? What other long-term goals do you have?
I got to get on stage. I got to perform, and that's probably the highlight as an artist, as a creator. You get to write a song and record a song and share the song, but when you get to perform the song and see people singing the words you created back to you in the melody that you created, it's an amazing and inspiring and empowering thing. So, I will do some shows around the world. That's one of my big goals, to do it in 2020.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You gonna come and do a U.S. tour, or?
I will.
Okay.
I know the U.S. is we're always missing out on the U.S., so we got to make sure we get here.
Yeah.
But we'll do some. I'm sure I'll be doing some spot shows here and there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can't forget my U.S. fan base.
Yeah, you cannot, man. And I'm so eager to see you. So you got to come here.
Okay.
It's not just for me.
All right.
You got to come here.
You'll get on stage with me and do
What?
some.
I will host your show, brother. I will host it for you.
All right.
Absolutely. And your fam's from Gary, right down the street. So you got to do something in Chicago.
I know.
20 minutes away.
I know.
Yes,
I
sir.
know.
But I am so happy for you.
Thank you,
proud
Beyonce.
of you.
Thank
You're
you.
stepping out on your own, doing big things.
Thank you.
Handsome young man. You are just going to go boom,
Well,
super
thank
far.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. As long as I do it with respect and do it the right way, I'll take it.
Absolutely. And we play your dad's song, One Way Street, on
That's-
B103.
That's one of my favorites he's ever done.
Yeah.
It's a smooth song. And
Yup.
one thing I want to say about my pops, he spent so much of his time dedicated to making 3T what 3T was, that to see him now doing his thing,
Yes.
it's touching to me, you know, because he sacrificed, and it just goes to show you that, you know, you can put family first and still do your own thing. So go ahead, Pops. And I love you.
Oh, that's much love to you. Happy holidays, and God bless you, TJ, and all that you do. And thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yay! We'll be on the look for that album, in the movie, and everything else he's doing. It's the Bioncé Foxx Experience on B103.